Okay, now it is, we are on air.
Uh,
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Uh, it is Adil and Rendya podcast. This is our second podcast. I, Muhammad Ali Adil, will become the host this time, and my friend Rendya will become our guest. So, let's start this podcast. Okay, Rendya,
Hello, Adil and
thank
everyone.
you for coming to this podcast. So, today, I see that you want to discuss about learning how to learn better. What is this notion? Can you please explain?
Right. Today, we're going to talk about two things. From Adil. Adil has give a little teasing about that. They will going to our topics will be learning how to learn, and then Reddit and force and censorship. The first one is learning how to learn. Adil asked, what is how learning how to learn? Well, basically, it means just uh learning how to learn. How let me put an example.
Yeah.
Learning is like learning, studying, integrating a new topic into us, for basically trying to learn new things. For example, you try to learn uh well, like for example, coding. You learn coding, you learn how to programming stuff now. And maybe in as a student, we try to learn many things like chemistry, biology, and physics, etc., etc. Now, those things are these things learning are essential from the student to university student, and then for career too, at work, and maybe a lifelong endeavor, I guess, for example. So we can't we as a human are not isn't going to stop learning in our entire life, right? But it makes learning is special things that a special skill that needs to acquire. Not only just we need to learn better. Sorry, we need to learn better by not just getting knowledge enough, but also faster. Since, for example, in the computer science or maybe just software engineering space, we need to learn language faster than we need to match our environment in work settings. For example, in work, maybe you need to learn, for example, PHP in 1 week or 2 weeks to be able to work in there. And that's important to learn it fast and also educate sufficiently enough knowledge in there, right? So this is what we need actually. So this topic, this is what we're going to talk about, to learn how to learn. Let me
Okay.
share.
Okay.
Mm.
Please share
I'm
your
going to
screen.
share screen. Yeah, maybe I should probably going to share screen this first before it, but all right, please
All
hold
right,
in.
guys. Okay,
All right,
still loading.
still loading, huh? All right.
Okay. Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, it is on.
All right. Sorry. Is captioning not wait? Let me just please hold a second.
What is this? Webcation.com. Okay.
It's just a caption just to see what kind of.
All right.
Right.
Okay.
Hold a second.
It is.
All right.
Today's
Yeah.
topic. Oh my God.
All right.
Nice. Nice. Really nice. Oh
First of
my.
all, I'm gonna talk about metacognition and self-regulation.
All right.
For our background, Adil and I have been in the course of what is called PBK in English,
Uh,
computer-based teaching.
yes, yes, yes.
And in one of the lesson in there is about metacognition and self-regulation. Now, what is metacognition? Metacognition is actually one of the cycle or part of the framework into learning better, I guess. So for easy to ease our understanding, I have this some sort of the image, which is a framework or cycles in metacognition. So basically, can you see the image?
Yeah.
This is from Ambrose, Joe Spencer. So first, we need to assess the task. Let's say you learn about chemistry. All right. You need to know what knowledge that you want to learn. For example, in chemistry, maybe you want to learn about bioorganic chemical. List which topic that you want to learn there and try to learn there. And then after that, maybe just don't assess the task. Plan the approach. Plan the approach first. Like how you will learn these topics. Is it by reading books, looking at YouTube, get a teacher, or you plan doing some kind of experiment in there? Well, at first maybe you don't know how, so you probably just pick the easiest one, maybe reading the books, the textbook material first, and then you apply the strategy. When apply the strategy, you may have some kind of challenge in there. For example, some part of the topic may be hard to understand by just reading textbook. And then after that, you can reflect. How well that the strategy works. For example, if textbook material is kind of hard, maybe why? Maybe you want to ask why it's hard. Perhaps it's hard to visualize how this topic works. Or for example, it's hard to write down how the chemical addition works, etc., etc. So when you reflect this, you try to understand why the strategy is not working. You try to differentiate you try to find what good this strategy is for, and why what environment that this strategy is not working. Then after that, you can try to learn more, learn other topics. When you learn other topic, you can evaluate which strategy works. Maybe we try asking teacher, maybe we try to more experiment in there. There are two types. Yeah, so it kind of a cycle between finding a great strategy for you and this topic, and evaluate if the strategy is really working or not. Yeah, so it's like that.
Okay.
It's all.
So the first thing that you want to explain is about metacognition, right?
Right.
And this is like, we want to learn about something, and then before we learn it, we make the strategy to solve it, to learn it, and then we apply the strategy, and then we assess our learning strategy, whether it is effective or not, right?
Right, correct.
Okay. It is interesting, and somehow maybe do we have to make like a constraint, like for example, if for 30 minutes I don't understand this topic, maybe I should assess my strategy or something like that.
Right, the time constraint, do it work? It's actually nice to have some kind of dynamic constraint. Like if you think this is not going to work, maybe you should change strategy, right? The best one is actually the try all first, rather than just put just one specific ones. You will learn more if you will know more the best or the worst strategy if you try all first, and not all first. If you think this doesn't work, you should switch strategy.
Okay, does it include our motivation to learn? Like for example, if we learn about math and this, we learn a topic about this, we learn a math topic, and when we try our strategy, it feels like we don't really motivated. Is it also one of the, the
Reason.
evaluation of the strategy? Our motivation, our spirit to learn it. Is it also the thing that we should consider?
Yeah, I guess. One of the best strategy of learning is actually to find the motivation behind those material. Why we want to learn it, yeah. After that, we can try to search for strategy. For example, when you learn biology and math, they are two very different subjects, yes.
Yeah.
Like the biology part is more or less like memorizing term
Yeah,
rather
I get
than
it.
math, which is logic based. Well, in the biology part, you tend to more like connecting this term to your whole knowledge graph structure, right? For example, if you're talking about bones, you're probably going to see a lot more of human body anatomy rather than like if you're talking about bacteria, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's the strategy in this biology is probably more like reading books, writing mind map, and etc., right?
Okay, Rendya. Actually, I'm quite curious too, whether we should.
Yeah. Hello? Is it crash again? It is crash again. Damn it. You think this is good idea, but David, why is it like that? Hey, bro. I am there. What do you mean? It is style live streaming. All right. So first of all, here's some kind of. So the problem is, for the viewer out there, if there is, Adil computer has crashed. Uh, yes, it's still alive. So what happened? Adil computer has crashed, so he's going to join us in the. Wait, is this his smartphone or I told him that he going to join in smartphone, but I don't think this is. Yeah, he's still alive. Hello. Hello. What happened? Is this your phone or?
No. This is my. Wait. Okay. I hope. No. It is going fine. It is going fine. I promise. I promise. It is going fine. It will be fine.
All right.
Okay,
All
I'm
right.
sorry, everyone. Yeah,
I already
it's not
explained.
there is some technical problems. But I promise it won't happen again, inshallah. Okay, let's go again.
Right.
Where we are? Yeah.
In You ask about something, I guess.
Okay. Oh yeah. You see, I'm quite curious about whether we should
Yeah.
search in the internet about what is the best way to learn it. For
Mm.
example, maybe when we want to learn your biology, we search it in the internet, or maybe we ask our smart friend in smart friend our 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 friend who are
Knowledgeable.
genius, yeah, more
Mm.
knowledgeable. And then ask them, what is the best way to learn this topic? Can you please tell me? Should we do
Mm.
that?
Well, there are many. There are actually different way to learn. There are maybe some. There are user more knowledgeable person. If you want to be taught by, actually, it depends on your environment, I guess. For like, if it's there any is there a person, a more knowledgeable person that you can reach out? If so, maybe it's better for you to learn from him. Or maybe if you want to self-learn, for example, like what is that called? Autodidact. Maybe you prefer more
Self-learning.
self-learning. You prefer learning in textbook material. Any kind of learning is fine. Every person is different, not only in this in the context of learning in the material ones, like what topics like biology or math. It's more like as you as a person, which strategy that you prefers, which one is
Oh,
more better for you. I think it's more like experience based. Like you try this strategy, it works or not. It is better or not. Not in rather than other strategy.
okay.
It's based on person.
Okay, so you mean maybe I love to learn with listening, while other maybe more effective by reading like that, right?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
just
Like
depends on the
it just depends
people
on the person.
in the person. Yeah. Oh, I
Uh,
see. Okay. Go ahead.
but what I trying to say here is, people should be more aware of how they want to learn. Usually the student that struggle in learning in the schools probably doesn't have awareness on how they will learn.
All right.
Yes,
All
so it's the problem that so I think the best way to be learn is learning is, first of all, you need to aware how you learn, I guess. Yeah.
right. Okay. Okay.
Right. So that is metacognition, self-regulation.
Wait,
And
wait. That include self-regulation in your previous picture?
Yeah, self-regulation
Oh,
means just
okay.
you aware how you learn,
Yeah.
and you try to regulate you
Oh, yeah.
how you learn.
Because in the picture it is just metacognition,
Metacognition.
and I think you just discussed about metacognition, but it turns
Yeah,
out
yeah.
that you also discuss self-regulation. Okay,
It's
well,
touchable, I guess.
yeah.
Now, about learning, you need to understand about knowledge graph and structure. What I mean is when you try to learn terms or maybe some kind of topics really, you try to mapping a main topic to more specific ones. For example, if you try to learn biology, for example, maybe human anatomy, maybe you want to map a term such as, like, let's try bones, right? There are many types of bones. For example, our the hard bones and soft bones. This is just example, all right? In the biology, there are more specific terms. Like we try to understand how it's structured, right? Maybe from categorizing bones and maybe more, yeah, categorizing bones is one of the ways to making a structure in this context. And also maybe in other topics like math, it's more like when we learn about maths, we try to understand what does it do. Let's say we have maths, all right. We try to learn maybe, for example, logarithm. We try to understand how it's structured and how it connects to other concepts. So this is a concept, right? Like for example, a to the power of b equals c, and it means in the logarithm terms is logarithm of a in the context of b is equal to c, etc., etc. It's like I kind of forgot how logarithm work, but yeah, you try to connect between one concept to other concept.
Oh,
Basically,
okay.
what I mean.
Okay. Let me repeat. Okay. Let's say I'm going to use a whiteboard for this to make it easier to tell. So
Yeah.
let's say we want to learn about power, like power concept.
Power concept.
Yeah, okay. So with this, we should actually also connect it with maybe multiplication, right? Multiplication, and then we also connect it with addition. Is that what you mean? I mean, these ideas are connected with each other.
Yes.
And yeah,
Each concept has their own structure, right? Like how they work, but they also have connection with
yeah,
with other concept. Like multiplication is addition with more with addition with its
okay,
yeah, multiplication is just addition power, like.
okay, okay. Go ahead.
So in this knowledge-based structure,
Maybe you want to share your screen
oh
again.
yeah, again. Wait, did I? Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, because I use Whiteboard.
One way to use, if you understand this knowledge graph structure, right, you can use it to your own learning, For example, you may try to use some kind of analog. Do you know analog?
Yeah,
Like
computer analog.
no, just
Analogy.
analogous
Analogy. Oh yeah, analogy. Okay, I
analogy.
understand.
Sorry, yeah, analogy. You may try, like, for example, thinking about when you try to learn perhaps language, for example, like Go language,
Oh yeah.
you might try to kind of what analogy does it make from other language? For example, if you try to learn if in Go, you try to remember the structure of if in other language, and then see what is the difference between the Go language and maybe some kind of other, like, let's say Python. You try to learn what is the difference between this syntax of the Go language and if in the Python language.
Oh
So,
yeah.
so you learn how this how the structure works rather than just the syntax. What I mean, and to maybe more sophisticated example is perhaps how to build a web socket.
Yeah.
Sorry, how to build a website. In Python, there are ways to build a website. Yes, correct.
All right. Flash, Django.
And they are structured in making that website, like how to routing, how to how to make a server there, how to
Yeah.
routing website, and it should be the same in Go language, right?
Yes.
So you try to mapping between the making website in Python to the Go language. So what I mean in analogy is like that. So you try to mapping a graph structure in your knowledge to the Go language space.
Okay. Do you mean that we should like making a real graph about connecting the idea, like really a picture, and we like make it with maybe Figma.com or maybe diagram.com or lucid.org or somewhere like something like that?
No, actually, it's not that. No, I don't. You don't need to do to write down the knowledge graph, but it's the best that you know the concept first. Like, oh, so learning, this is how your brain works, like making a graph of knowledge.
Oh, okay.
So you don't have to write this down. Like every time you learn, you don't need to write this down every time you learn something. But just know that usually our learning work this way.
Okay, okay.
By your brain subconsciously make this knowledge graph.
Oh,
And when you try to learn other things, you usually by experience try to mapping the previous experience to our new environment.
okay, okay.
So yeah, so that's one example how to use this knowledge graph. In by knowing this knowledge graph, you subconsciously make analogy from previous experience.
Okay.
Now back, yeah, so that's how your brain
Okay.
works.
Okay, 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 Rendya. You know what? Honestly, I think even though we don't know about this knowledge graph and structure concept, I think we already use it,
Yeah, subconsciously.
unconsciously, yeah, subconsciously. So
Correct.
it is just maybe a theory for the scientists to explain what happened when someone learning. Like
Yeah,
you
correct.
see, maybe there is this guy, learning faster than others,
Hmm.
but the scientists who see this coming, they they make a conclusion because of knowledge graph and structure theory that
Hmm.
this guy knows more about others, even though maybe this guy know many concepts that are related to the things that are tested between those groups, and therefore he learns faster than others. I think it is just one way to explain some events in yeah in the society, in something like that, in human. Yeah. Okay,
Hmm.
okay.
People maybe are not smart enough, maybe are a genius person who subconsciously use this knowledge correctly.
Yeah.
But I think for people who struggling, or maybe someone who wants to improve their learning skill, uh need some kind of awareness in this topic, in knowledge graph topic, so they can use this knowledge to improve their skills.
Oh,
Because
okay.
some people may so this for people who wants to improve their learning skill, what should I know to improve my skills? So this is
Okay,
one of the
okay. Oh,
topic.
yeah. It is also, quite useful, for maybe recruiters of a company. Let's
Hmm.
say this company needs, someone who understands Java, but on the other hand, the job hunter who applied are, understand Python, but actually, if the recruiter know about this knowledge graph and structure, maybe he could relate those people who know Python actually could learn faster for Java because he already got the concept, the similar
Hmm.
concept. Yeah, I think it will be useful for those recruiters. Yeah, I think that's my opinion.
All
Okay, go
right.
ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Now the third thing is memorizing and reasoning. What does it mean for memorizing in the context of learning? Well, to put simply, memorizing is just, well, back to the our diagram, our this paint method is when you ever have a topic, and we try to make a concept in your brain, something like, yeah, we try to create a new one, new pathway in your not just new pathway, is basically a new concept in your brain. And then memorizing means we try to remember by remembering for example, when you want to remember a leg bones, you need to remember human anatomy first, and then go to the bones section, and then you go to the you go to the leg bones for example, leg bones, let's just call it like LB. Yeah, so you need to make a pathway, right?
Yeah.
But to strengthen, to memorize more, so it will not just, so let's talk about how you forget.
Okay.
When you don't try to when you not use so you create a pathway, right,
Yeah.
between this concept to this concept and this concept. So when you not use this pathway, for example, you not remember, maybe perhaps these lag bots are not useful enough for you, this pathway will weaken,
Oh, I see. I understand.
right? This
Yeah.
pathway will be weakened. The more you use it, the more stronger this connection.
I see.
Yes. One way to remember this concept without using it more is actually to make a new pathway. For
Oh,
example,
yeah.
maybe we learn first aid. Yeah.
Yeah.
First aid, perhaps injury and stuff, and
Huh?
you will remember leg bones.
Oh, I
Creating
see.
many pathway is actually pretty as necessary to create a stronger memory. For other example, maybe you try this code. Let's talk about programming. When you just learn about how to make a website in Python, perhaps you'll only learn theorize like how this work, how this concept, and etc. Maybe if you try to learning by doing, you actually made a new pathway to the same concept.
Yeah.
Right? This many pathway creates a more robust concept of memorizing. So you will be able remember more if you try to make a new connection pathway. So if you try to use it in different settings, you will be and not just in one way, you will be able to remember more.
All
So
right.
that's why reasoning is important too. Reasoning, which means is just try to
Strengthen, like those previous concept, right?
yeah
Because it connects with others.
yeah,
I see.
reasoning is use logic to make a new pathway. For example, what is it? In let's say we use umbrella in the rain, right? There are umbrella concept and the rain concept. We try to make a reasoning is just one of the logical pathway to that concept, for example. Yeah, if you
Okay,
know what I
okay.
mean.
That's understand.
Yeah, so some people say that it's better to use reasoning and rather than memorizing. Why? Because if you try to make this a reasoning reasoning part, maybe just destroy this all new one.
Erase, not destroy, man.
Yeah,
Oh, you
nah,
literally destroy it.
yeah, it's okay, it's okay. Well, when you use reasoning
Oh, I
to,
see.
to one concept to other concept, you use for the sake of example, let's just use 5 way plus 1 how, right? You probably going to what, where, why, and when, and how. There are many pathways. You try to create more pathways to this to connect one concept to other concept. This is why this reasoning is one of powerful ways to learn about stuff, because you try to make
I see.
many
Yeah,
pathways
yeah.
on
It
one
it
concept.
it connects each node, each
It
idea.
connect.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Maybe it's not like this. Maybe it's more like what, why, where, when. But this pathway, when you remember one thing, you're probably going to able to remember more things.
Yeah, you're
That's
right.
why it's so strong. That's why this concept is so strong.
Yeah, I understand.
So yeah, so this is one of the reasons. This is one about topic about memory and why
Reasoning.
knowledge graph and reasoning, and why knowledge graph is useful. Aware of what this knowledge graph is
Yeah,
useful for you.
it's a model, right? It is a
It's a
model.
model.
Yeah,
It's a
I
model
get it.
of learning.
Okay, go ahead.
Lastly, about persistent
Persistent.
knowledge.
What is
You
that?
know, have you ever heard the example of after the exam you forget everything?
Oh yeah, of course. It is
Is it
always
that?
happening.
Yeah, yeah, it always happens. Because we think that it's not useful anymore.
Useless.
Useless anymore. Yeah, I think we think it's not useful for anymore, so it's become useless. Well, this concept of this persistent knowledge means we tend to do that because we think it's useless. But for the sake of learning, persistent knowledge is better. This is in the context of time. First, example to so what it means to persistent knowledge, which means a knowledge that will persist over time, maybe lifelong time, maybe until you die. So is it useful? Sorry, is it not every knowledge needs to be persistence? Yeah, let's just say that, because if all knowledge will be is persistence, maybe you have trouble forgetting things. Maybe sorry, what did I say? It's not. Yeah, I mean, if it's important enough, you should persist. You should have persistent knowledge. But if it's not important enough, you probably
Of
should
course.
have persistent knowledge, right? So based on the previous knowledge about knowledge graph and memorizing, so how should we have knowledge that persists? Well, as I said before, the best way to have persistent knowledge is to have use it more pathways, right?
Yeah.
For example, by using it every day, or maybe occasionally refresh your memory,
Oh,
and
I
also
see.
connect it in other terms.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, by using it, use the knowledge, you create a more stronger pathway. Not
Yeah.
this. Yeah. So yeah, and the impact of emotion is also important too. So example, if you have some kind of life-changing
Even.
event, you're probably going to remember that more than just everyday lives stuff.
Yeah. Of course.
I think emotion is pretty much important in this context. How will impact you?
Okay. Is
And
stress emotion?
yeah, because let's see, memory, the concept is just a memory, right, in your brain.
Yeah.
Knowledge and your memory, what I mean is just like a piece of your memory. For example, remembering a day or something, like a memory, part of your memory. For example, like you're remembering, oh, what is yeah, you try to connect this event to your knowledge or something like that. If this event is big enough or memorable enough, you're probably going to connect this more to your concept, for example.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So this is how your even and your emotion impacts this concept, I guess. So the more impact and the more memorable it is, probably going to affect your memory
Okay.
on this concept as
So
well.
we should use our knowledge more, more daily, and also with, and if it has some emotion attached to it, it will also be more persistent. That's what you mean, right?
Yeah,
I get
perhaps.
it.
Well, I mean, our brain structure is basically just, if you use it every day, you're probably going to remember it. Why? So because you use it every day.
Yeah,
It's kind of circular reasoning.
of course.
But it is how it works. Because yeah, the pathway is going to be stronger if you use it every day. And it become memorable. Muscle memory is part of this context. So if you maybe use it subconsciously, if you do it long enough, you will remember it. Your body will remember it.
Okay, okay,
Mm.
okay.
So that's how it works in learning how to learn, basically.
Okay. Let's go for the next topic, Reddit and 4chan censorships. What is that, Rendya? Please explain.
Right. So this is more like opinion rather than just
Oh,
knowledge.
no, no problem. Go ahead.
Yeah, right. So Indonesian censorship, of course. You know why Reddit is blocked in Indonesia?
I read it before, in some comment section that Reddit's, 50% contents in Reddit are actually porn stuff, and that's why Indonesia blocked it. Is it right? I don't know.
Well, maybe not 50%,
Oh,
maybe more, maybe 60%. But who the
60%.
no, I mean, I don't know the exact percentage, but well, let's just say a significant portion of Reddit is probably not safe for work. But that's not specifically in Reddit. Twitter also have the significant portion of Twitter is actually porn.
What? Wow. Really? I don't know.
Correct.
I don't use
Well,
Twitter.
Oh, good, good. Because it's shit.
Okay, go ahead.
But listen, why Twitter is not blocked yet?
Maybe there are more user base in there, or yeah,
Maybe.
maybe I don't know
Well,
why. I don't know.
actually because moderated content, I guess.
Moderated content. Okay,
Yeah,
go ahead.
Twitter, you can block a specific, not just specific, but well, yeah, first of all, you are correct. It's because the user base in Twitter are much more larger than Reddit. Yes.
Okay.
But secondly, the porn part in Twitter is actually more informal than Reddit.
Oh, I see.
For example, with such large user base, only specific user that will post about and not safe for work stuff,
Oh yeah.
and then we can block that user
Uh,
by our government. Uh, yeah, so
government.
by our
Government.
government.
Oh my God,
So
government.
this, so you see, actually underlying this, there are Twitter and Indonesian government agreement that our government can block this specific Twitter account.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
While in Reddit, we can't. We don't have that. We don't have agreement. Basically, Reddit aren't that keen. Don't want to block in the context of our government. So our government just block them all, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's how it works actually. Uh, some some people say, why don't Indonesian government just block a specific subreddits? Because making subreddit is easier. A
Oh.
new subreddit is easier. So a new subreddit is just kind of just make a new subreddit and then post your stuff. If
Oh.
Indonesian government just block our subreddit, it won't work because people just can create new subreddit, official subreddit. So user can post there and stuff like that. So yeah, blocking
Oh
just
yeah,
a new
I see.
subreddit won't work. But if you trace it to account like Twitter, well, it's easier because people may have created another account, Twitter account, but it's kind of hard since email is more scattered,
Yeah.
more connected to.
And I'm kind of curious I'm wondering whether we could make a group in Twitter. Is it possible to make a group in Twitter?
I don't think it could.
Like a
Yeah, I don't
community
think
group? We can't do in we can't do it. Oh, I see. Yeah,
you
yeah,
can't
yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Maybe Twitter Space, but it's not enough to make
Oh,
a group
I
with Twitter.
see.
Yeah. While subreddit is just, yeah, you don't, if you don't block the user subreddit, it's kind of hard to block to just stop the unsafe way part, the not safe for work part. So yeah, that's why Reddit is blocked in Indonesian, because first, most important, Reddit and Indonesian government doesn't have agreement to control Reddit content.
Oh, I see.
Maybe, yeah, so that's why. And while Twitter has agreements to block a specific account on the behalf of Indonesian government. And that's why 4chan is banned too, you
Oh,
know.
really? I don't know. I don't know 4chan. What is 4chan actually?
Oh,
Is
you
it
don't know 4chan?
is it
4chan is,
Reddit?
no, it's image board. So the most important thing about 4chan is how we can post something anonymously. So you don't need an account. You don't need account. You don't need. You can just talk about it without. You can post stuff in 4chan without an account anonymously.
Oh, I see.
And every 3 days, those posts will be deleted. So it no more than 3 days.
Why is it
Yeah. How about
famous?
us? Oh, why is it famous? Because it's the, you know how memes spread out before? It's from 4chan,
Oh, really?
probably. Yeah. Uh, I'm going to just open 4channel. Not so before there are only 4chan, but now they are separate between the safe for work and not safe for work. 4channel is for safe for work, so it's fine to see. But the not safe for work part is for chat, just for chat.
Oh, I see.
Since people can post things anonymous. Did you know that Rickroll based on 4chan?
What? Rickroll?
Yeah, you know that memes Rickrolling.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. It's
Oh,
from 4chan.
oh, it's from 4chan.
The
Oh,
hell? Oh no, it's based. Yeah, I can. No, because of my because of my because of my app block
VPN.
app. No, it's because my app block.
Oh
So
my God.
I
You
have
you
this.
you you have a website blocker?
Yeah. I use it for focusing on my work
Oh,
setup settings.
do you block Reddit?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't.
I do block Reddit, but yeah, I do block Reddit.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry about that. Maybe if
Actually,
I
I also have this app, but in my phone rather than in my computer
I
because
do use it on my
oh,
phone too.
stay focused
Yeah.
or let
No. App block, just app block.
or
It's
a
called app
block.
block.
Mine is stay focused. Okay,
Well, yeah,
good.
good. Okay. So about 4chan, you want to see how 4chan works, right? Let's go to the 4channel because it is safe for work
Okay,
ones.
so we don't need VPN to access for channel.
Yeah, 4channel is doesn't need VPN, but
Oh yeah,
4chan does. The
yeah.
4chan.org. If you like this 4chan, it does need well, this one does need VPN, but this one doesn't. So
Oh,
since it's divided by two, it's divided the NSFW and NW and the SFVW part. So the 4channel is not blocked in Indonesian government, but the 4chan it is it is the 4chan part. It is going to be blocked by Indonesian government.
oh yeah, yeah.
This is so this is blocked by Indonesian government. This one is doesn't. Well, let's pick one. Let's what? Anime and manga. Manga,
Manga,
right?
anime.
Yeah, anime.
Oh,
This is
anime.
this is one part of the. So it's called image board because we can post image in there. So basically, whenever you want, you can post it. So whenever a thread is posted, you can just reply. Maybe just you can write. How do I?
Wait, do we have to log in to the?
No. There are no login in this.
Oh my God, I can
Yeah,
actually just comment
just
it
yeah.
there directly.
Yes, it's anonymous. Anonymous. You can reply without login, but every 3 days, this whole thread will be gone.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it's
Oh,
free for all. You can just say some file things
can
in
I,
there.
spam something or post my promotion or something like that?
Yes, but I won't suggest you to do that because
Okay,
there
bad.
will be, you will be going to be shitting a lot by other people.
Okay, okay,
I won't recommend it. You will be shit. 4chan has made some more hellish
okay,
stuff
okay,
like
okay. Let's go for
yeah.
censorship again.
Let's go back to the 4chan. I will recommend it, promoting stuff in 4chan because it is bad. Not you will be there are I don't yeah, I just don't recommend it. Just don't do that, please, for the
Yeah,
sake of your yeah.
man,
So
my mind.
my mind, don't do that. Back to the our censorship. So yeah, Indonesian government they are need some agreement to block some stuff, block any times Indonesian government wants to. So that's why we can. So they are wise. They are website. They are can be blocked and not blocked.
Oh,
And then how? Yeah, basically because of the NSW content.
Okay. Yeah, you want to explain about user base and how to do? Oh yeah, okay. But go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. So yeah, censorship also depends on user base. I mean, a large user base in social media makes more censorship harder than it's worse. Like for example, remember the incidents, the ComInfo incidents, the
Oh,
PSA one, the PSE one.
where they block many websites, right? Like
Yes,
Google,
because they are
WhatsApp.
no
Yeah, they are not registered in the Cominfo.
yeah, they retract that, right?
Yeah.
Not just maybe retract is not the good
Yes.
the
Word.
best word to explain that. It's more like they accelerate the agreement part.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so because the PSE is need for example, Twitter needs to make some to register in the PSE. Yeah, the larger the user base, the more they are going to the important, the priority part. I mean, user base is important. So what is this context about censorship? Uh the censorship makes the user base much more moderated. The bigger user base is harder to manage a social media that has large user base. So for example, Twitter. There are pawns in Twitter, and Indonesian government may be able to take down a account that have porn stuff, right? But it's hard because there are many
There
user
are
in there.
too
You
many,
can
like
you can
millions.
yeah, you can make this you can just clean this block this nook and cranny, but yeah, since there are large user base. Censorship in the context of Reddit does affect the user base in Reddit, yes, because not many people can access Reddit because this user censorship. They must use VPN
VPN
or
or something
other
like that.
types of
Or
or
they could
DNS.
just, shoot the IP address directly, Do you
Hmm.
know that way? Should
DNS, Warp,
yeah,
Cloudflare.
no, no, no. Just open the API directly rather than using URL.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Perhaps
Okay, okay, okay. Go ahead, go
that's one
ahead.
way.
That's
But
just trivial. Okay, go ahead.
what I want to say is not just how large and small the user base on social media that censorship affects this. It also what kind of user base. For example, Reddit, since it is blocked, the user base, Indonesian user base on Reddit is much more open-minded. Yeah,
Oh, I
you can.
see.
Yeah, you could feel the feels of the user base in Reddit. They're
Yeah,
more critical about Indonesians,
yeah,
Indonesia in
yeah,
general.
yeah,
And they are also more tech savvy, perhaps, and
yeah,
English
yeah.
speaking more.
More,
There
Yeah,
are this
agree.
debate. Uh, is it more like I'm going to show it something? Yeah. Do I block that? For wait. I'm gonna.
What
Did I
debate?
open? Wait.
What debate?
Not debate, just a discussion.
Oh, discussion. Whether it is better to block because
Yeah,
uh,
whatever Reddit is better to be blocked or not. Like there are some debate that if Reddit is not blocked, more more
stupid people
more
will
stupid people
come
will come in.
to
it's kind
argue.
of it's
Yeah,
kind of like keeping, but it's not too
filter.
good.
Some kind of filter. I see.
Some kind of filter. Well, I mean, sure. But also, what do you think about that, Adil? Do you think this filter will must stay or not?
Um,
This kind of filter. Is
I
it
think uh, actually it is. it should be from Reddit side, you know, are they aiming to have more users in the in the platform or not? If they don't care, the Reddit
Mhm.
doesn't care, you know. Therefore, I guess it is better, you know, to have fewer people, since the discussion would be more better. Yeah, and the content in the in the feed will also be more better quality. Yeah, I think that's right. That it is much more better for me to filter it. What do you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah, I think so too. Same, but more or less, the problem is actually well, small user base are much more easier to moderate, right?
Yeah, I see. It is
Ah,
also right.
well, let's talk about moderation. How to detect bad content. Well, there are two main ways actually to
No, no.
detect bad
Define
contents.
bad content.
For example, the Sarah, what
Oh,
Indonesian
Sarah,
says like Sarah post like
racist.
racial
Yeah.
racial and then uh what what is it insult through religion or many ways and bot spamming, that is bad contents. That's how we define bad contents, right?
Pornography, is it bad content?
Mm, let's just say it is not. Let's just
It
say
is
it's bad.
not.
Like let's just say let's in this
Okay, bad
context let's
content.
just
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah.
because there are specific people that yeah, let's just say it wasn't bad content, or maybe it is.
Okay, LGBT, is it bad content?
How should I say? Well, it depends on context, right? Bad contents or not bad contents. Let's just say if people hate it, it is a bad content.
Oh yeah, yeah, majority of people. Okay, let's
Yeah, the
go.
majority of bad people. So in Indonesia, r/Indonesia, there are moderators, right, in there,
Uh,
and janitors. They will. This is a specific person. You know that 4chan does have a
oh,
janitors.
I don't know. Okay.
Even if they only going to, they make sure that the posting and the social media it's good for is
For the
correctly
community.
for the community. For example, any kind of post that doesn't have Indonesia related in r/Indonesia in Reddit will be deleted by our moderator.
Yeah.
So they are admin in r/Indonesia. Quora has one too, and Twitter probably had one, but you know, the larger user base will be harder to moderate, especially if humanly moderated.
Yeah.
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 So
That's
that's
right.
why there are bots moderation, which detects a post, a good and bad post, and then deal with it. But
Oh.
the larger user base is kind of hard to manage. The manage by using moderator.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So
So
it,
okay. So
well,
let okay. Okay. Good.
mm,
Good. Good.
yeah. So the to repeat, social media has bad. Social media is largely affected by its user base, right?
Yeah.
And in this user base, there are bad content and not bad content.
Uh,
The bad content, many bad contents will affect the whole site, the credibility of whole site. Okay, that's why we need to reduce the bad contents in social media.
oh yeah.
Yeah, one way to do it is moderator.
Uh,
That's strict. That they are good for small user base because because moderator needs to have resource to detect which is a bad content or not bad content. So that's when I talk about moderators in this context of social media. Uh, you want to repeat or just
okay.
the next one?
User feedback report. What is that?
Now the second way, especially in large user base, the second way to moderate a website is to use user feedback report. Remember that every Twitter posting there are reports?
Oh, I know.
Yeah, that's one way to moderate a bad content. User can report a bad content by majority.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Other ways, not just reporting, there are this ad vote system.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This will make moderation a lot more easier, because the smaller, or this thing can be negative, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we know it's bad content when this thing is negative, because
Uh,
you will know that this is a bad post or bad comment or bad, or etc. Twitter doesn't have this, right? Twitter doesn't have this. Twitter only have the retweet, and the retweet only have a report button.
Huh.
And that's actually, to me, is not that good for moderation,
Oh,
because only people, like only real bad ones use this
yeah.
feature. Like if you see, oh, this really bad one is, I'm going to report this. Usually, how should I say this? If it's bad, if this post is bad, but not affect personally, usually people won't report it. That's my opinion, just my opinion. But when it's bad, like bad but not affect you, like for example, is this spotting affects the, like saying bad things like Nazi is good, or maybe Islam is bad, or something like that, you probably won't do a report things unless this affect you personally. For example, you will be more report if you will do report if it's, like say, doxing your your address.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will report that more than a posting about talking about Islam is bad or Nazi is good or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the report one is not that good way to moderate the website to a website. YouTube, and yeah, so it's kind of like that. I think upvoting system is one way to to
Solve
moderate.
this problem.
Because you can see people are easier to click it. So the report, there are two steps. First of all, you click the report button and you you write on click. There are more steps to do report things rather than just upvote and default system. And then this is actually why YouTube when they remove the dislike button, not remove when they remove the dislike counter, it's such a not such a good move, because it's kind of going to be hard to see is it a good content or bad content.
Yeah.
For the user. So yeah, I think a system, the user feedback report is important to a site censorship model, a site user base, because is to detect content or not content. So yeah, that's about the censorship in social media, more specifically Reddit censorship and 4chan. Sorry,
Okay.
yeah. So that's it.
Okay.
For the day.
So we have tons of different questions. That the first one is about learning how to learn better, and it is about how to more effective, more faster, and less resources. And so that we have less resources to learn something. And second things that Randy discussed is about censorship, like how we should do censorship, and how and like why some community uh, is censored and why others are. So I think that's all for today podcast, and yeah, see you